before we start the video, I wanted to give a disclaimer. As someone who's mostly played zombies and campaigned for most of my COD career, multiplayer isn't exactly my strong suit. I didn't go into this mode thinking, hey, I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna review it. It was more of a, oh shit, this plays really nicely and I've got some strong feelings about it kind of deal. With that being said, it's obvious that I'm not the best at PvP and shooters, so don't expect a review from a highly skilled multiplayer professional. See it as more of a guy on the outside looking in. And since, well, these are the beta versions, they're very subject to change, so a lot of my arguments may or may not be valid in the full game. Anyways, with that disclaimer out of the way, we can take a look at the multiplayer and Blackout betas of Black Ops 4.
Yo, I think I'm gonna hit up my friends. I don't think I can do this alone.
Right, the multiplayer. I'm gonna be honest, the first time I saw it at the reveal event, I thought it looked awful. The oversaturated graphics, the character designs, and the map designs all seemed just off to me. Did those critiques hold over to the beta? Well, let's discuss. The answer is yes, by the way. Black Ops 4's multiplayer is leaps and bounds ahead of Black Ops 3's for me. Something that's more boots on the ground is just so much more fun, and I think the whole community can agree on that. Nobody wants to be no-scoped by a 10-year-old on a jetpack in some weird simulation map. And while you can tell some of the maps were built around the old mechanics, they still work around the new gameplay nonetheless. They're what a Call of Duty game should feel like. And something that surprised me, the maps are pretty good. Most of them, anyways. I'm not going to review each map because, to be honest, they're kind of bland, as all on-disc maps tend to be, with the exception of Hacienda. That map feels a bit more unique in its design, being very similar to Asylum for World at War, which is also corrupt, which is one of my favorite zombie maps. So therefore, it's one of my favorite multiplayer maps. I'm pathetic. I can, however, talk about the specialists. They're vastly different from BO3, and I'm gonna go against everyone else right now and say that I love them. Specialists were kind of basic and, to be honest, kind of stupid in Black Ops 3 where they first tried them out. In Black Ops 3 they only had a meter for one weapon or one ability, but on this go-around you still have the weapons, but each specialist character now has a unique ability assigned to the lethal key now. And these abilities range from oh shit, is this Rainbow Six, to oh shit, is this Batman? They're all very fun to use and make the game feel much more unique than the other games. And I can only hope, as they update the game with more specialists, it doesn't lose that feeling. And that's all I really have to say about the multiplayer component of the game. Yeah, like I said, I've never been big into the mode, outside of Infinity Ward's installments, that is, mostly because they have better hit detection. Well, now we can talk about what I really want to talk about, Blackout. Blackout surprised me on a level I didn't even know I could be surprised on. Treyarch got me to like Battle Royale. I'm not even kidding, I've played so many iterations of this genre, but Blackout is just so different for me. And it's mostly because of the fan favorite locations, amazing characters, and so just the fun vehicles and weaponry that you get to use in the mode. There's really nothing like it, and that's what makes it stand out. I know I sound like a marketing ploy right now, but like I said earlier in the video, I really like this and have some strong feelings about it. Otherwise, if I didn't, I wouldn't have made this video in the first place. Now, let's take a quick step back for a second. I said that this is different from every other iteration of the mode, but it looks exactly the same as a game like PUBG, doesn't it? Well, let's talk about a few key changes made to the BR formula that spiced this version of the mode up and set it apart from the others. First up, the emphasis on vehicle play. There are 4 different types: ATVs, trucks, helicopters, and boats. Each were useful in different types of land, and each support a different amount of players, with the helicopter being the most useful out of the 4. Thankfully, none of them are broken. For example, the helicopter doesn't have a gunner's seat and any other kind of machine gun on it. It's just players who actually have to aim and use their real weapons and ammo. This makes vehicle play feel more about skill and less about, hey, I found this car so I can win instantly in any fight that I get into.
Now, this next one might be just personal preference, but I feel like the gunplay is a lot better, mostly because Call of Duty is an established franchise that has gunplay that I'm pretty sure everyone and their mother knows. Honestly, they've been developing this kind of gameplay for years, so it only makes sense that it would feel better than other games. Of course, there are issues like drop distance not being there for snipers, which is a very, very odd thing, but if you can look past that, the gunplay is extremely solid, and it's fun to get into firefights, and you never really know who's going to win because everyone gets different kinds of equipment, different kinds of armor, and different kinds of tacticals and lethals to use. You never know if somebody has a grappling gun or a frag grenade or an acid bomb, and that's the thrill of this mode. Next up is the characters. I know this seems like a really, really small thing, but it really helps this mode stick out from other games like PUBG and H1Z1 and Fortnite. Fortnite has very unique skins. They have very fun out there skins. PUBG has very realistic customization. Doesn't really have skins. H1Z1 has attempted skins and customization, but it's really, really boring, and there's nothing that good to go for. However, with Blackout, the motivation is going to be crazy, because you can play as, like, campaign characters. You could play as most of the zombies cast. The only crews we're missing, really, are Victus and Ultimus, and the third-party guys, like the Shadows crew, the Mob of the Dead crew, those guys. But, like, you could play as, like, if you could think of a Black Ops character, or, like, a main Black Ops character, they're gonna be here. Like, Menendez is gonna be here, Mason's gonna be here, like, Richtofen's gonna be here, and, like, if you're into multiplayer, you got those guys too, but I only use those guys, when nobody else was unlocked. I'm gonna be honest here. But yeah, the zombies, being able to play as those guys, it makes this mode so much more fun with me, and just seeing these different combinations of characters like meet up, even if there isn't dialogue, which they have said they are adding into the game at its launch, which is a very interesting concept that you'll be able to turn off as well. But yeah, even if they don't talk to each other, just seeing these characters together is such an interesting idea, and seeing it in this kind of scenario is even more interesting, and I love the way it's panned out. I love the way that all these modes have crossed into each other, and you can just play as basically anybody that you want, and in the foreseeable future, they'll keep adding characters so you can really play as whoever you want to be. And not just be like, I kind of want to play as Ultimus Richtofen, but I only have Primus Richtofen. But yeah, I really am excited to see what skins they're adding into this mode. It's going to be crazy. And it has been crazy so far. It's been really fun to see these different matchups of characters. Next up are zombies and zombie locations. This was by far the best thing about Blackout for me, since I am heavily into zombies. It's my favorite part of Call of Duty. And seeing zombies fully integrated into this kind of multiplayer mode is just so surreal and so cool, because to think, zombies was always stuffed in the back of Call of Duty most of the time. World at War, they hid it until release. They didn't promote it at all or anything. With Black Ops 1, they're like, we're not going to give you a keynote trailer. We're going to hide 5 as well. We're just going to hide it. And as it went on, it began to be slowly more and more advertised until we reached a peak with Black Ops 4. I fear we've reached a peak where zombies is in everything now. Everything but multiplayer. It's in Blackout, and like there's so many zombie locations and weapons and equipment in Blackout. Like, you got acid bombs from the new story, you got the ray gun, you got this new Zweihander weapon, which is fucking cool. I've gotten so many kills with that thing, it's so awesome. And just zombies themselves are in the game now. They give you loot, they give you equipment, they give you like level 3 armor, and like it's really cool because if you're accustomed to zombies and you land here, it's almost like you're rewarded. They reward you for your skill, I guess. And it's really cool to see that happen because a lot of zombie players typically aren't as skilled as multiplayer people at multiplayer, and to kind of give them that sort of handicap is it might seem a little weird at first, but you remember then that multiplayer, that people who kill these zombies players who get this equipment, they can pick up the equipment that they got from the zombie location, and they can just smack other people because of you. I also wanted to quickly comment on gliding. It was one of my favorite things about Blackout, actually. Unlike Fortnite, you don't just keep the same momentum. You can actually control it. You can dive down, and then you can kind of swoop back up and gain speed from it, just like you should. And it's really, really cool, and it's rewarding. It's not that difficult to master, but once you do, it's a really cool feature, and I like that they programmed that in for pro players. Now, obviously, alongside this praise that I'm giving it, there are a few small things I dislike about Blackout. Although most of them happen to be collision bugs or textures not properly loading in until basically halfway through a match. Vehicles not even popping into the play space for like minutes after I've found them and started driving them, which is really funny. And like, you might ask how I found those, but like, you just feel the collision on it, You walk into it and you're like, what did I just walk into? And then you hold square and you're like, oh fuck, this is a helicopter. As well, Team Link and Squad Link aren't really as good as they hyped them up to be. Brawler is completely fucking useless and needs to be removed from the game. And the Cordite's still overpowered. Seriously, fix the fucking Cordite, please. Come on, it takes no skill. Anyway, I think that just about does it. I could probably go on for longer, but I'm kind of working under a time crunch right now because I've been putting this off for other things. I haven't had much time to work on this. So, I'm not gonna hold you guys to this. Don't hold me to this. But I may make a full Blackout review when, like, a little bit after the game is out. And what I mean a little bit, probably months, maybe even years after the game comes out. Mostly because I will be doing zombies stuff, or will be trying to do zombies stuff in the meantime. I'm not promising anything ever again, because everything that I've promised so far has been a disaster. I promised to get this video out, before the game came out, and here I am like 3 days before this game comes out, just recording this, and wow, this could not be any worse of a situation. And yeah, I tried to do the 14 days of zombies thing, and I just could not find the time to do it. So I really apologize for everything that has happened with these videos, and I will not promise you guys anything ever again. Don't expect anything unless I deliberately say I am making a huge effort on it. And as for what to expect from me in the future, maybe expect more reviews. I've quite enjoyed making this one, despite how long it took me to get it out. I really enjoyed recording for it and writing a script for it. It feels really nice to just get my opinion out there and have it edited in a way that's not just one take, and that's not just me in front of a poster talking about Zombie Chronicles. But yeah, I guess this is just the part where I say thank you guys for watching, and it means a lot if you click this video, if you watched it all the way through and are hearing this right now, and I really want to thank you guys for even, like, coming to the channel, or even clicking the video, or even watching it, because it just helps me, not just grow, but it helps me feel more confident in myself and bring, like, more content and feel just better, you know? And I think everybody wants to feel better. Anyways, if you want an idea of something I'll be doing in the future, maybe high round guides, challenge videos for the new maps, custom mutation videos are coming for sure. I would love to do stuff like that, just unedited custom mutation videos, maybe do challenges, stuff like that. Maybe unlocking Blackout characters, maybe I'll stream, I don't know. And that's what's so cool about Blackout, and not just Blackout, Blackout's 4, you know, I don't know, but I'm just gonna stop here because I'm rambling now. Thank you guys for watching. This last segment is completely unscripted, if you couldn't tell, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the flip side whenever Black Ops 4 comes to my channel in any way. But yeah, until next time, this has been the Thief Dude, and I hope to see you again.